Do you have any advice or any takeaways, like how to co-parent after your divorce? What does that look like for you on a daily basis?
You can keep...
Okay.
No, it's fine.
Okay,
No,
pick
we're,
up line.
no,
Okay, pick up
we're
line.
gonna roll with
We're,
this.
we're,
No,
we're,
rolling
laughing
with
at this.
We're
laughing at this
We're rolling with
because
this. We're rolling with this.
it is harder than you think.
Yeah.
Co-parenting
Yes.
is difficult. Like, let's be real.
So we're
gonna be real with this.
We're gonna roll with it.
Yeah, I was just looking at a video on Instagram, and the guy was picking up the baby, and the baby was crying.
I saw
and
that.
The girl was like, he cry every time you pick him up. He cry every time you pick him up. Well, first of all, we shouldn't have been filming that. Okay, right? That shouldn't even have been on film, right? Second of all, kids cry.
Right.
I don't know if the mom's right or the dad's right, and the new wife was in the car. It was a whole lot going on.
Okay, we know what that was about.
Well, but let's be mindful that one day the kid is going to see that film.
Absolutely.
Right? It's like me showing out at a volleyball game and my daughter having to say, Mom, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Because you can't do that anymore. Like, maybe you could do it when I was in middle school. You got to stop doing that now. And you get so angry. But I think that we have to realize there's a camera everywhere. And I'm guilty of that as well, because I'm like, I'm going to say what I want to say, and I'm getting better, regardless. Yeah. But you're filming the baby crying, getting in the car with the dad. Kids cry when they leave the mom.
Yes.
Kids cry when they leave the dad. Kids cry when they leave the grandparents.
Yeah.
Like, they don't want to leave their dog.
Give the baby a kiss and say, you're going to have fun with daddy.
Even if you don't like him or his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you don't like none of them.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you don't think he's right. No.
The only time I would say no, which this wouldn't even be a situation where the baby's leaving, is if there's something, detrimental to the child. But obviously there isn't. She's just trying to stir up issue. That's all that was. And there's no manual on raising children, on being in relationships, on being married, on getting divorced, on co-parenting. That's no manual. That's why we have the pickup line.
We're trying to give you a cookbook. Like, we're trying to give you a cookbook.
And you can add your own flavor and seasonings too.
Yes, trying to figure out what this thing is, right? It's like, I have been through things with the father of my kids, and we bounce back. Sometimes we don't. But for the most part, what you gonna do?
Well,
what you gonna do?
I'll say outsider looking in.
You can't trade him in.
I'm kind of outsider looking in, but you're great at bouncing back. You're great at bouncing back, and you and I will have conversations about whatever happened, and
because you're like,
I am, and you're good at bouncing back, and I'm just like, I'm either gonna say nothing, like you're gonna get nothing from me, or you're gonna get it, like you're gonna get
crickets. But I think I do that because when I was growing up, my mother never treated my real father bad. Like, she didn't say, she never said nothing about him, right? Mm-hmm. She never said he was a good dad, a bad dad. She didn't say nothing.
She's just neutral.
Yeah, she never said nothing. And sometimes I wish she did. Because I just took it as he was never around.
Right.
So you were never around. And then when I got older, they wondered why I was never around. Because I never seen him around. So I didn't want that for my kids with their dad. I didn't want that for him. With my son's dad, it was just kind of like, he just faded into the background. Like, he just didn't come around anymore, right? And I'm still cool with him. Like, if I saw him right now, I would just be like, hey, right, and start laughing. Like, what's up, right? Because that's the past. But if D wants to continue his relationship with him, he's a grown man, right? Like, even now, co-parenting, when the kids are older, I still say to them, have you talked to your dad? Mm-hmm. Did you call your dad? But then you get to a point where whether you tell them to call him or not, it doesn't matter, because now they're grown.
Yeah.
So it's best to get it or start the co-parenting while they're younger, and then see you get along. So, when people get divorced, it's like they can play the mom against the dad.
Yeah.
Or they can do things at the dad's house that they can't at the mom's house. Or it's like, I never experienced that because my kids, we didn't do that.
Right.
My kids were always in my house.
With you, yeah.
And he always came here.
Yeah.
I can remember a couple times they flew there, and I had to deal with it. It was out of my control. Once they got with him, I had to just pray on them, and trust that he was going to do the right thing for him. So how did you guys work out co-parenting?
I mean, for me, co-parenting is more than just, because I do ask, I'll say, hey, make sure you call your dad and tell him about whatever, fill in the blank. And to me, that's not co-parent. That's like I'm being considerate. That I don't consider that co-parenting. So co-parenting for me would look like, say there's a soccer tournament coming up, or, Kendall is stage managing a play. Co-parenting would be like being able to have that conversation and say, hey, this is what's going on. Let's coordinate like when you're going to pick them up and who's going to take them where, and we're going to go to dinner afterwards, or one of my children is thinking about traveling overseas. Like, what are your thoughts on that? And, like having like really co-parenting. That's in my mind, that's what I envision it to be. That's not how it is at all, in the relationship where we are right now in our relationship.
And how does that affect your kids?
Well, I will tell you, my oldest daughter was very clear just a couple of days ago with us, both of us. Like, she was like, look, I am not going to be in the middle of this anymore. I'm not going to be the mediator. I'm not going to be the one having the conversation. And they're so much alike too. Like my oldest and your youngest, they're alike in their way. So many ways. She told me on the way home, because we're planning college trips, and she's just like, I'm not going to be the person. He's not going to talk to me to talk to you, and vice versa. She's like, I'm done with it. You need to have a conversation and work it out and let me know what we're doing. And I was so proud of her. I was just like,
and that's how it should happen.
So proud of her.
That's how it should happen.
Agree.
Some things are out of the kids' hands.
It should be.
Like medications, doctors, buying big items such as cars, and picking colleges.
It shouldn't be in their hands.
Those are out of the kids' hands. Now they can decide where they want to go to college, but the parents need to be involved in the process of it,
and not going through the child.
And at some point, in this co-parenting thing, we can always blame somebody, because God knows somebody's gonna be right. There's two truths, right? So there's
one.
Yes. So there's your story, my story, and the truth.
Exactly.
Right? And I always say this, and I will say this forever. The truth will come out.
Oh,
eventually.
Yes.
Eventually. And my daughter says this to me all the time. I don't want to be in the middle of that. I don't want to be in the middle of this. I've tried to have a conversation with him or her. I don't want to be in the middle of this. I'm done with this. And it's a never-ending cycle of what she did to me, what he did to me. This is why we can't be like this. To me, those are excuses. And I think one big takeaway from co-parenting, if nothing else is said, get rid of the excuses and just do what you got to do.
And grow up.
Get rid of the excuses, do what you got to do.
And grow up.
Right? Yeah. Somebody's going to always make more money. Somebody's going to always spend more time. Somebody's going to always do more. Somebody's going to always be around more. But it doesn't matter. Do your part. If each parent does their part and doesn't give an excuse, oh, I'm not around because she said this. I'm not around because he did that. Kill that.
The question you have to ask yourself as a parent and your co-parenting is, what do my children need from me right now? Not, is the mom going to be there? Is the dad going to be there? I don't want to see him. I don't want to see her. What do my children need from me right now?
Because let me say this. There is nothing on this earth that you could do to me that bad to keep me away from my child. Real talk. And I'm sure there's a lot of parents that are like, she didn't come because of this, or he didn't come because of that. To hell with that. You got to go because that's your kid.
That's right.
You got to go because it's not the kid's job. It's your job to show up. If my daughter's doing a play, first of all, I'm telling everybody about the play, right? Because I'm like, oh my God, I'm so excited. And second of all, I'm showing up. I don't care if you come. I don't care what you do. I've got to do what I got to do for my kids. And unfortunately, if you decide not to make new memories because I'm their mother,
sad life for you.
then what can I say?
Yeah. Sad
But
life for
I'm
you.
not, and I don't think any parent should be at a point where they're that upset with the other parent that they can't participate in their child's life, if that makes sense.
Yeah. They're just broken, right? That it's
Mhm.
usually they're hurt, they're broken, they haven't healed. And you know what? Even when we're broken and we're not quite healed, we still have to get up and show up for
Mhm.
our
I
children.
was in Bible study one time. It was a scripture about brokenness. And when they came to me and they asked me, how I felt about the brokenness, I said, brokenness is like a beginning. It's like a new beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're breaking free from whatever that thing is.
Mm-hmm.
You're breaking free from, the past arguments, the past hurts. Maybe our relationship wasn't meant to be, right? But maybe we can try to resolve it and have a friendship, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I wasn't meant to be your wife, or maybe you weren't meant to be my husband. But God don't make mistakes, because the kids are here.
Mm-hmm.
The kids didn't ask to be here. So it's not their fault that we can't get it together, or it's not their fault that we fell out of love, right? You do what you have to do. And like you said, when it comes to something about moving to another country, going to another state, when the kids get married, my kids asked me one time, they go, if I got married, what are y'all gonna do? I'm like, we gonna have a wedding.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be clean as hell, and he's gonna be there doing what he do, right? And we're gonna have a wedding.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have all the things, the flowers and the whatever, and we should be able to do that. And if you decide not to come, or I decide not to come out of my selfishness,
Not hurting anyone but yourself.
you're not. And it's not the kid's fault.
Nope.